pouter or a... Okay. I've literally never heard of that word before, Zeekhart, but there you go. I figured it would have an official term. Okay. So it actually covers up my little mistake that I made earlier. I didn't realize that it was going to be a covering plate for that segment. But that makes the little fuck up that I did earlier. It will make it basically invisible. Yeah. So that's going to look like this. So there's a little bit of a plate over here behind the thing. I do think it's technically an optional piece if you want to. It's gonna make painting in some of these little sections a little difficult, but I think it's okay. It might be easier to make sure that it stays in place though with super glue rather than plastic glue, but it's a hydraulics. Yeah. It's basically identical to the shoulder pad, or sorry, the knee pad. I feel like getting this to dry like this is going to be a little bit annoying. I can try and maybe move it like this. Steam just recommended to me my femboy roommate. Oh, nice. Enjoy it, Vizzy. Gaben knows, dude. Gaben knows. It's nothing to be ashamed of, dude. Gaben knows all your secrets. We have been playing a couple of board games lately. Not a ton, but we've been playing a little bit of Patchwork, which is a neat little game. Yeah, I figured this was gonna stay, or this wasn't gonna stay in place. I think what I'm gonna do is use the stick and the super glue. Stick, super glue, tile. I think that's the best thing I can do, because this isn't staying in place like this. Did I break my... Did I glue... I glued my super glue tight. That seems bad. There's no hole in my fucking super glue. I think I could probably... There you go. Carefully slice it off. My super glue glued itself. No! Dang it! Now I've got glue on my hands. No, it's okay. Just a little sticky. My super glue tried to glue itself. I feel like it's a dangerous operation. I only want a really small amount of super glue to come out anyways. Yeah, so this actually, this lowers the amount of super glue that comes out. Perfect. So I'm gonna try and dip the little stick over here into the super glue. I will try to... I don't want to stick the... or dip the... or sorry, glue the stick to the knee joint though. Okay. I think this will probably keep it tight. At least I'm hoping it will. You just saw an anime 5v5 shooter. Yeah, there's a lot of games on Steam. And Vizzy just discovered Steam, guys. Yeah, there's a lot of video games there. Can you imagine? Oh shit, Mickey knows. I have no idea. I saw a streamer playing an anime shooter a couple days ago. She referred to it as a booba shooter. That's disgusting. Never heard something so filthy in my life. You already saw that game? Oh, that doesn't surprise me one bit, Gabe. It was just waifus shooting each other? Dang. Okay. Yeah, this thing is now also tight. This thing is setting. We'll put these to the side for a sec. The only thing left is to add these things to those things. And I think that is basically the entire miniature build. Holy crap, dude. I thought we were never going to get to the ending of this guy. It's been a bit of a project. But I think this is going to be here. Just like so. Yep. So that's going to be one of the arms. Let that dry. And then the same for the other side. We want to do the drilly arm. Huge. This thing is mostly hanging down. So I think I want it to align. Yeah, with that little line over there should be good. With the Tamiya stuff, you can just hold the pieces together and brush over the seams with the applicator, and it perfectly glues it all the time. Oh, you mean you just run, you let the glue run into it? It's the same result, right? It kind of depends on the situation. I guess in some spots it may be a little bit annoying to get the glue to be in the right spot, but... What's it called? Capillary action? Something like that. Okay. So I think with that, we have it. We have the whole thing built. So this thing is gonna go over here. That's gonna be the miniature's left arm. That one's gonna chill over there. And then the other arm is gonna go over here on the other side. That one I want a little bit further out. Kinda like so. It's gonna look pretty nice when it's done, guys. I like that there's a slight bit of movement in the guy. Maybe we can have this guy, or like this side, like slightly further forward like that. That would be kind of neat. I'm gonna try and tighten up some of these little... We have tiny little marks over here from the mold. Tighten that up a little. Tidy it a little. Try to make sure it's a bit smoother. I was thinking about drilling holes in this guy. Is that a crazy thing to do? I wanted to add gunshots to the actual armor. Maybe I should do that later. I'm not sure. Maybe I shouldn't do it at all. I'm not sure where it would go. But I was thinking if we have like nice little gunshots all over the guy, that is pretty crazy, eh? Well, maybe not all over. Maybe like a couple of them. What would be the most likely spot for a dreadnought to be attacked? Like, where would it most likely have battle damage? Well, just a tiny little hole. We don't need a ton of it. I'm not sure. I kind of like how it is, how it's looking right now. On the back? Well, the back is mostly a bunch of pipes and electronics. The back is very much so a lot of electrical parts. Yeah, you would imagine that the enemy would most likely be hitting over here or like over there, something like that. Nah, I think I'm gonna skip that. I think I'm gonna skip it. I could still do it a little bit later if I'm feeling like it's a good idea, but I think I'm gonna skip it for now. I just have to think about how I'm gonna be painting the arms, because if I hold it, it's gonna get a little bit messy. I know if I hold it, I mean, I could hold it over here, I guess, on the weapons. Yeah, that's fine. We just wanna... I can paint the weapons after they're glued on. But I want to make sure that I can airbrush the shoulder pad over here and then also this little section over here. I'll probably have to get like those little plastic gloves. The real cool gamer gloves. Everybody loves the look of those. I do want to do just a tiny little bit right over here, I think. Tidy up this seam. Try to make it mostly invisible. Lena is being very quiet. Fell asleep. Again. Maybe she unfollowed. There's honestly no way to know. Okay. Yep, that's that arm done. I can also stick them onto a little bit of like the... We could paint them that way, actually. Let me see. I have a couple of these little holder things. Wonder if I can just stick them on there. For painting purposes, I mean, I want to be able to handle or hand them at the very least reasonably well. I guess if I just stick them like so, with their little joint part, would that be secure enough? I guess that works. So we can paint them reasonably well without like messing it up all too much. Yeah. Let me see. I think that's a good idea. I have two of these little holder things. We'll use like half of it, I think. Should be okay. It's like just some of that sticky putty stuff. Whatever the name of it is. It's not quite the same shit that you use to hang up posters, but it's basically the same. Okay. And that gives me an easier time painting it when I'm airbrushing, but also when I'm just using the brush. I think I'll probably do the majority of it when it's already glued onto the Mini, but we can decide on that later. So I can just kind of put it on the handle. Ta-da! And we have a beautiful arm to paint. And we can take it off and add the big boy on there instead. Ta-da! All right, guys. I'm excited. I'm gonna go ahead and prime this tomorrow. So we'll start painting this guy on Thursday. That's the plan. Let me put the extra junk here. Let me put it in the box. We've actually finished building the whole thing now. How many hours was that? I feel like it's been a good couple hours since I first started building this. It's been a little while. Do we have to add any more things to the base? What do you guys think of the base? Before I prime it, it would be easier if I finish painting the base. Do we want to add any more small bits of cork? Let's see. I have a lot of little parts of cork. Obviously, I will add little bits of like little tufts and stuff later too, but any more little sections that we want to add here? Maybe a scratch on the cork, so it's not all flat. Yeah. I could do like a little bit of a scratch over here. At a bit of an angle. Just roughen it up a bit. Really, ISO-ass? That sounds amazing. You can subscribe for free using Amazon Prime? Thank you for the suggestion. That is honestly brilliant, guys. I'm gonna add a little bit of glue over here. And just roughen up the terrain a little bit more, I guess. Like, create a little bit more variation in it. Because ultimately, this sort of stuff in real life would never be perfectly set up. Yo, what's up, Rumpus? How are you doing today? I'm almost done with the miniature. Well, as far as building it goes anyways. Trying to add a little bit of variation to the rocks. Little tiny pieces of cork. We can get rid of some of this. There we go. You're exhausted? You were up late? Oh. Isn't it pretty early where you're located, though? $7:45? Ah, okay. Not too crazy then. Trying to add little bits and pieces here and there. It's very easy just to get the really large parts of the cork, but I think in order for it to be at least a little bit more realistic, we probably need little tiny bits of cork as well. One day we'll see Lowko use epoxy and sand. I mean, I've already used sand on this guy. All the negative space around the outside is sand. I have used a little bit of epoxy on the Harbinger of Decay and the Glotkin. For like a water effect? Not the stuff that requires a UV light or anything though, because some of that stuff is a little bit messy. Whoa, are you gatekeeping what late is, Kyogo? Rumpus is like 30 plus. For him, late is like 10:30, okay? That's okay. That's all right. We don't mind. Let's create a little bit more of like a flat plane over here. So we have a little bit more height variety. Roughen everything up a bit. Once it's primed, it should be quite easy to paint. Not really planning on doing anything fancy with the terrain. Probably just some regular good old dry brushing and all that. Should be easy enough. Maybe one more tiny little bit over here. Most of us are part of 30 Gang Lowko. Yeah, true. My chat is pretty old. We go over this a couple times a week. But that's okay. 30-year-old software engineer. That is my average Twitch chatter, Danny. If you add up all my Twitch chatters and then you average it all the way down, 30-year-old software engineer. It means we're mature and successful. It could mean that, Rumpus. It could mean that. Doesn't have to, but... You're neater, so... I mean, I remember you sharing the picture of your fucking Miami penthouse because of your gaming setup when you're looking out at the skyscrapers, Rumpus. I remember. Now that could mean no success, or that could mean success. It could also mean chill, don't be doxing. You posted the picture, not me. My wife is a software engineer. I'm the dude who plays video games and spends her money. Yo. I opened it on stream. That's true. I am complicit. You posted it in a public Discord channel. How is this hold up right now? Speaking of public Discord channels, you should go ahead and head on over to discord.gg/LowkoTV, the greatest Discord server of them all. You might get a little sneak peek into Rumpus's life. Isn't that what you wanted? Isn't that what everybody wants? You'll be posting your address there? Okay, don't do that. Please don't do that. You step into the elevator, it's the one that says P, right? P for penthouse. But poor people like me used to think for many, many years that the P in the fancy elevator of the fancy apartment building, I used to think that that stood for parking. That's not what it is. That's what poor people think, chat. Don't embarrass yourself like I have in the past. I didn't realize P wasn't parking, it was penthouse. I already thought it was weird to have the penthouse on the top of the building. Anyways. My PH is about 7. 4 people don't have cars, Lowko. Is that true? There's a lot of people in the Netherlands that don't have cars. Maybe there's a lot of poor people in the Netherlands. Maybe that's it. Okay. Fair enough, Danny. Okay, I think that's it. I'm pretty happy with the base. I think that's basically it. Look, you're so funny. Thanks, guys. Thank you, thank you. Like and subscribe. All right, I think that's the base. So, ultimately, we have the one little snippy arm. Snippy arm is gonna go over here on that side. We have the little drilly arm. Drilly arm is gonna be right over here on that side. I'll prime it tomorrow. We'll paint it, or start painting it, because I've got a feeling this is gonna be a bit of a project. We'll start painting it on Thursday. Hell yeah. Behold, my very sophisticated airbrushing booth, chat. I mentioned that I am very new to airbrushing, and look at the booth. It is the inside of a cardboard box. Yeah! Everybody out there with their fancy airbrushing boots and all that. No, not here. Not on my stream. This is not how we do it. I've been using a cardboard box up until right now, and it's snazzy, dude. The only problem with it is that, generally speaking, if I don't use it for a couple days, there's cat hair all over the box. Yeah, I don't know where that comes from, but there seems to be a correlation between cat hair and cardboard boxes. I did open the window nice and wide. I'm actually gonna open this window too, so my neighbors can listen into me. Okay, I need you guys to know that I am not very good at airbrushing. I have done like little bits of testing here and there. I've obviously done priming, so I primed the Mini yesterday. Think it looks pretty nice. It already immediately looks 10 times more snazzy, which I always like. He's a little bit wiggly. I'm not sure what happened. I accidentally tipped it over, but it's fine. He's only slightly wiggly, but he's you know, he's stuck in there. It's fine. I can glue it down if I absolutely need to. Maybe I should glue it down. It'll be easier to glue down now. Okay, fine. I had a bit of an issue where I accidentally tipped it over. And it wasn't meant to be. Let me see. I need to get some super glue, I guess. Got it. Right over here. And I have to get my very efficient sticks. Here we go. I just have to dip a little bit of super glue into that joint too. So anyways, I am not good at airbrushing. I have some Sons of Horus green, which is what I want to use for the base layer. I'm planning on going very thin. And this is a paint that doesn't really cover very well. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a shot, I suppose. But yeah, just know that I am expecting to fuck up. But I know many of you are here specifically to watch me fuck up. So, you know, I guess it works out. Let me see. So I want to try and dip a little bit of glue in there if I can. It's just a very finicky angle. It'll dry really quick, so it shouldn't be that big of an issue. Yeah. Maybe I can do a little bit as well from the back over here. You're here so you can watch me fuck up? Awesome. That's great. That is great to hear. Yeah, it is a really nice looking color. It's just not one that covers particularly well. So I tried out this color on a regular Space Marine, and it turned out okay. But it did require like 17 coats. But I'm thinking it's, you know, even though it's a little bit annoying to use for like regular brush painting, I'm thinking for an airbrush, it's probably gonna be relatively easy. That's my thought process anyways. So I have some thinner over here. I'm gonna move this out of the way. I have some airbrush thinner, and I'm thinking about diluting it quite a bit. Do you hear the compressor? Probably not. Especially not with background music going on. So here are the two arms that we have. I'm gonna move those arms out of arm's way. Sorry. Yeah, he's not 100% sturdy, guys. Actually, now it's a different joint. Oh no, it's the dreaded knee pad joint again. It's the knee pad joint. Bro, this knee pad joint has been... the knee is annoying too. I've already had issues with this knee pad. Can I somehow glue this in? So rather than using too much glue on this mini, I decided to go with the bare necessities, and I think I should have gone for a little bit more. But I wanted to do a clean job, you know? What's going on, Lady Cat? Just wanted to say that my husband and I enjoy watching your videos. Nice. A husband flex as well in there. Very nice. We get wife flexes in the chat all the time, but husband flexes are not as common. Glad to hear it, though. That's awesome. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to be able to... Maybe I can use the airbrush to dry it. We can just blast a little bit of air. Hey, so for those of you that do a lot of airbrushing, what is your general ratio of like medium, so like thinner / flow improver to actual paint? Oh, that's what I've done, Bob. Yeah, I used extra thin cement by Tamiya, but it's this knee joint that has already caused me a couple issues in the past. It's okay. I don't really use super glue for anything other than whenever we run into problems. And this seems to be one of those moments. Yeah, it's this joint over here. But I can't possibly get any real glue in there, can I? Maybe we can kind of do it a little bit like this. Capillary reaction to the rescue, please. I was told that you want to mix it in a shot glass, and then when you tip the shot glass and write it, it coats the side of the glass, but it's... Yeah. I have heard similar concepts too. I actually do have little mixing trays. Maybe I should actually use those. I usually mix directly in the cup because I'm lazy. Maybe I should be smart for once. Matt is reminding me to be smart. Okay, hold up. I have these little like metal... I bought these years ago for some other home project. Where are they? Oh yeah, these things actually are kind of... I think these are going to be kind of nice. Maybe I should give that a shot. Mix outside of the cup rather than inside of it. I have these little metal tints. They even have like a little scooper or a little pour thingamajig. I will mix the paint in there for once. How about that? I have an old shitty brush that I'll use for the mixing, and we'll go ahead and give it a shot, I guess. What's up, Pool J? Ah, looks like the joint is good, guys. I also managed to get paint all over my hands last time, so I got these very fancy rubber gloves. Yeah, we have a miniature with weak knees. He could be a man of 30 years. You're celebrating your 9 years marriage tomorrow? Yo. Flexing your husband and 9 years of marriage? Very nice. Well, that's convenient, bunny. I'm turning 32 in a couple days, guys. Fucking ancient. I feel very fashionable with black gloves. Okay, so I got some medium, and I've got some paint. Usually just water and flow improver to thin the paint. Thinner makes the paint dry faster. I've been liking this stuff quite a bit from the army painter. But yeah, there seems to be 1,000,001 suggestions. This stuff is already relatively thin as it is. So we'll just, we'll try and mix a little bit in there. Nah, this is a nice latex glove. Actually, it's not latex. It specifically said it on the packaging. It's not. Anyways. Let's give it a shot, I guess, guys. Want to do a couple of drops of paint. And we want this to be relatively thin, mostly because the airbrush is so quick anyways. A lot of the paint is gonna get messed up. That's okay. Do I just mix it like so? I guess I'll just mix it like so. Feels bad to use a brush like this, I'm not gonna lie. No, we can go thinner than this. We should probably go thinner than this for a base coat. Yeah, I think I have to kind of develop the feel for it, and I don't currently have the feel for it yet. Honestly, thinner rather than thicker, right? That's what no. Okay, so this should be pretty, this is very thin now. Yeah, you like it thick, I know, Zeke, that's okay, dude. I would like to not goop up all of my, my little mistakes. I actually need to fill up my little cup here with some water. Let me see, I don't actually have painting noob over here, guys. Not using any painting water. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So now we'll then pour this into the little cup. And we'll see how it goes, guys. Let's go ahead and give it a shot, I guess. I feel like doing this live on Twitch just creates more potential for me to mess it up. More opportunities for me to embarrass myself. Okay, so we do get a little bit of green. I'm at about 20 PSI, which should be good. So we give it a shot. I'll just do very small amounts. Yeah, okay, that's quick. So we can kind of do this all over. Mostly because I want this to be like the base color for most of the stuff. I think we should probably go slightly lower. Ooh, jeez. This guy's slippery somehow. I think it's the gloves as well. The gloves don't really make it any easier. Let me see. I'll lower the PSI just a tad. That's what she said? Really? Do I believe that, buddy?
You got an airbrush. Which you bought?
So I just need to do this on all the panels. Yo, Kalaris! I did buy an airbrush, yeah. I got the Harder and Steinbeck Evolution, the 2024 one, after like many hours of comparison. It's just that I'm an absolute noob at using it. So I figured I'll go ahead and embarrass myself on Twitch. Or on Twitch, rather. No, not quite, not quite. I got the regular one, but I saw they did use it as well, yeah. Although they use whatever is the latest one, it seems. It seems to be a little bit watery. I think it's just the paint, though, that's a little bit too thin, maybe. You have an Iwata Eclipse? I'm actually really liking this thing so far, though. Yeah, it's kind of, I think it's too runny. Like, I'll keep the air flowing, but paint a little at a time so it dries the paint on the model. Okay, so I pull back very small amounts. I think I have a little bit too, yeah, I think I probably thinned it a little bit too much. But this is okay. So I want to do only the armor panels with this. I'm planning on doing all the metallics and whatnot with the regular good old brush. He's already turning green though. Yeah, I recently watched a YouTube video about someone who didn't want to live stream because they were afraid of fucking up. So we're like, yeah, I prefer making YouTube videos because on Twitch, if I fuck up, it's immortalized on the internet, right? Like, it's kind of just there. And then I realized I have left that behind a very long time ago. I have fucked up too many times. Anything for the content. Okay. Okay, so the first little base coat actually was not too bad. I think that was pretty quick. I think I should probably dilute it a little bit less though. As you can kind of see there's a... Nice. There's a little bit of texture. It's not super clean. You're going to prime your Redemptor Dreadnought today so you can start painting it? Nice. Yeah, these Dreadnoughts take a while to build. They definitely do take a little bit more than I'm used to. I think I'll use a slightly thicker paint for the next coat. I mean, this dries so fast. Well, the nice thing about streaming it is that usually there's always like a lot of people that will be more than happy to give advice. And for most subjects, it's not that bad. For some subjects, it's pretty bad though. Like StarCraft strategies. I've seen some pretty terrible suggestions in the chat. But for a lot of things, there's, it's nice to have a little bit of collective knowledge, you know what I mean? You're converting a World Eater Terminator from the 8-bounce kit to the regular one? Ooh, dude, I'm not familiar with the first one. I have seen the newer Terminator kits though, they look amazing. There's actually a painting competition this weekend in the Netherlands. I'm obviously not participating, but I'm gonna go check it out. I heard it's pretty fun. I've never been to, turns out there is one coming up, so I figured we'll give it a shot. Too many Terminators in the pipeline? Yeah. Okay, so this is definitely a little bit thicker. This is probably about a 1-to-1 ratio of thinner to paint. But this is already an extremely thin paint as it is. So I'm not sure exactly if that's gonna make it much worse, but... Let's see. Yeah, that's much better. Trying to do very little now, though. So some of these little segments are kind of difficult to get into. Okay. So I want to do a slightly lighter green from the top after we get a decent base coat. Actually, we'll probably do some shadows instead first. Mostly from the bottom. This is a little bit quicker than a brush, eh? Jeez. What's funny is with a brush, it's actually really difficult to get a really smooth base coat like this. What's up, Danny? Hello. You're starting your 13th or so army? Oh, geez. At what point does something start counting as an army, guys? Because I have accidentally got quite a few Tyranids. $500 points? I don't think I'm at 500 points, but I have no idea about the points. What's up, Louis? I'm not sure exactly where on some of these parts the green ends and the machinery starts. It might be safer to just spray the whole thing in green. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm gonna have to paint metallics over this anyways. So it doesn't really matter. I think I'll just paint the whole thing in green for now. Yeah. Have a good one, Kalaris. Take care. I'll try and do like a solid base coat of this color. First time seeing an airbrush. Is an airbrush basically cheating? Basically. It's really quite nice though for like solid, smooth coats of paint. Yeah, I'm gonna do the arms next. I'm gonna do the arms next. Give this a couple minutes to dry. I mean, these coats are really thin, so it dries pretty quick. But yeah, I don't want to go too crazy. I added magnets to my dreadnoughts to make all the weapons easy to swap. I've heard a lot of people do that, but I think that's mostly nice for like if you actually play the game. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't really care about the game. I just want to create cool minis. Okay, I'm gonna put you over here for a sec. Give you a good couple minutes to dry. We'll go after the arms next. A lot of people in the StarCraft world are currently enjoying Deadlock a lot. It's interesting. I can't really get into the game too much. It was fun playing though, but I don't know. That's quick. Most of this is machine, I guess, but... the playlist we're listening to, I'm listening on Epidemic Sound, and it's called Tavern Music. No, he was talking about brush painting, Caladian. Brush painting metallics over green, or brush painting it over a zenithal primer. Doesn't really make much of a difference. Because we want solid coats of metallic anyways.
I'm so on the edge of starting to airbrush my new Tyrannid army, but it has been 4 years since my last painted minis.
Thank you very much, Freaky. It has been 4 years since you last airbrushed anything? Oh, there we go. Nice, nice, nice. A little bit of heresy there, Freaky. I can't believe it. Now, I know what you're thinking, Lowko, these are... No. This is Sons of Horus before they went evil. Clearly. Entirely different setup. Entirely different situation. Thank you very much for the 7 months, by the way. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's fun though to paint, dude. Like, even if you're... Like, it's easy to fuck up, right? But it's okay to fuck up. If that's what's holding you back, it's okay. Why not paint them as Luna Wolves? Because green is nice. Green is a nice color, dude. Okay, we're gonna clean this up a little bit. Green is not a creative color. Maybe that's true. Gonna use a little bit of magical bubbles. Spray this out. What's up, Jo? Welcome, welcome. You're impressed with my index finger? That is what she said too, Louis. How did you know? Okay, wipe it out. I don't get the reference, no. Green is not a creative color? I don't know what that's from. Not sure. It's a click track that a band can play to? Oh, you mean my fingers. Okay, it's from a Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared video. Okay. That's it, Jo. Yeah. This is the 2024 edition. Okay. We have a little bit of cup that, or a little bit of paint that's right in the cup. Suboptimal. See if I can wipe it out with my finger. Let me see. I took off the cap. So I can pinch the tip a little bit easier. I think it's okay. As long as I don't poke my miniature with the needle, I guess. Poking your miniature with a needle is probably bad. Okay. Current setup, current situation. Not very clean. Not very clean at all.